live stream. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the Free Humans World channel. I'm Lucian Apetrei, and today we have Diana Apetrei with us, my little sister.
Hi.
And
again.
yeah, and we're both into. I'm really into blockchain and AI, so Web3, right? So this channel is for us to talk about Web3 stuff. So Diana is also curious and trying to learn. She knows a little bit, but she wants to learn more and be engaged with these new generation of applications, right? So the topic for this live stream, we chose X2Earn, and as an example of what this means, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit, but we chose stepn, this application that is a Web3 app, but it's not a fully decentralized application. And what is stepn? Stepn is, so it's basically a move to earn application. What does this mean? It means that it pays you to go walk, jog, run, or train, right? It has 4 types of NFT sneakers, and each of these types of sneakers with different qualities, starting from poor quality, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. It's basically, let me go to their website first of all, stepn. Yeah, right. So there's a guide, but let's go to stepn. I think it's .com. Yeah, it was .com. So let's go to stepn.com, and this is their website, right? And if you download the app, available on App Store and Play Store, and I have to mention here that it's not available on every device. Your device has to be relatively newer, or for example, I can't use it on an old phone like Galaxy S7 or an old iPhone. So it has to be, I don't know, S8, 9, or 10, something like that, starting with that, or a newer iOS Apple device. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you, unfortunately. But if you have a newer device, you can download it, and you're gonna have to buy some NFT sneakers like I did a little over 1 year ago. I invested about 2,000 euros into basically 31 sneakers, and they look something like, you can go and check out the white paper, how to play a lot of stuff here. Let's go to the marketplace. They look something like this, right? Let me just refresh this page because it's not gonna work. What is this message, man? I have to log in. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. No. Or you know what? No, I'm not gonna log in. But they look something like this, right? So it's too bad I can't look at the details, the attributes, but I think we can look at this image right here. And we can also play their presentation video again, because I wanna show the people that are watching right now that they didn't catch the beginning. Let me play the video again, and maybe let's see.
stepn. Learn how to play. Earn tokens by walking, jogging, and running to be used in-game or traded to USDC. It's time to get fit. Equip your sneaker. Get outdoors. Go at it alone or train with friends and get earning. Pick in-game sneakers that match your fitness level and workout type, and you'll earn tokens and NFTs when working within the kilometer-per-hour zone of your chosen sneaker. More sneakers or higher rarity sneakers equals more total energy. Let's find you a sneaker. Link your crypto wallet to start. Pick a sneaker. Each have different rarities and attributes, so choose wisely. Can't decide? Try a shoebox. You might get lucky. Each sneaker has 4 main attributes. Efficiency increases GST earned per minute. Luck increases the quality of mystery boxes. Comfort increases earning once the sneaker is a high level. Resilience gives you lower repair costs. Level up your sneakers with the GST tokens you've earned and unlock gem slots for better attributes, giving your sneaker attributes a boost. Keep your sneakers looking fresh to maximize earning potential. Earn big and level up your sneakers. Mint NFTs. Expand your collection of rare kicks, or convert your tokens in your crypto wallet. Download.
All right, so you can go to their website and download. So I mean, what do you think about this type of app? Do you think it's something that your generation is actively looking for these type of applications? And before you answer the question, I want to say basically what is like this idea of X2Earn, which I haven't heard a lot of people use. It's just something that I regularly use when I try to explain the new generation of Web3 applications, right? Decentralized applications, partially decentralized applications. Basically, X2Earn means that you can replace X with any human activity or business, right? Or type of action, right? And so Move to Earn is this type of application where you have these sneakers, you level them up, and you jog. You go outside and jog or walk or whatever, and you get some coins. You earn coins with that. It's a game. It's gamified, right? This is Move to Earn, but it's a niche. I mean, not everyone will go jogging or walking or running, so it's not universally for everyone, right? There are other examples like Play to Earn. Play to Earn are video games that are connected to blockchain, and the currency that you earn in game or the items, you can sell the currency and the items on an exchange or on a market, right? And exchange that value to basically any other currency like euro, dollars, whatever, right? So you can imagine like it will have sleep to earn, laugh to earn, I don't know, bike to earn, all these, like any human activity, anything really that you can conceive of. I think in the near future, people will start finding recipes and business models around these activities connected to blockchain and AI. So this is like the Web3 space, the Web3 race that we are currently in. And yeah, let me know, what do you think about this?
So I think it's very cool. This kind of app or these kinds of apps are just so interactive for me, and they just look so cool. I mean, the one that you just shown, Stepan, looks so colorful at the beginning, and it makes you wanna dig in, and it makes you wanna discover more about what's it about. For me, for example, because I'm into art as a hobby,
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely click on that colorful buttons, and then afterwards, if I would actually find out that I might actually earn some money by, doing things like running or just like walking or I don't know, sharing content or different things like this just to earn some rewards or earn some virtual money. That would be so amazing for me and for
Really?
people of
So
my age, because I think that we're actually looking for apps that do this all the time, although no one actually talks about this, because Facebook and all the other apps that we've been talking about last episode about, they're just so dreadful, and they use all people's data and everything that they can in their interest, whereas these kind of apps are the apps that actually reward you for things that you do for yourself,
yeah,
which is
that's
really
that's
good.
the thing here. I mean, for me, it's not necessarily the UI. I don't like the design of this application that much, but I love the basically the mechanism, the business model behind it, which is that they have like, okay, I don't know how many users they have now, but at the peak they had like over 2 million users, right? So to
Right.
have like this data, because they collect data like from GPS, from the gyroscopes of the mobile devices, and they use AI so that you can't trick the system, right? So that you can make the mobile move like this in your home, like it's simulating like when you're walking or jogging. So you cannot trick it with that, but so for me, it's the earning. I mean, for everyone probably, right? It's the fact that I'm going to jog anyway. I'm going to run anyway. So if I get paid for that, if I get paid while doing that, I get some extra income, right? Like currently, I'm earning maybe the market dropped a little bit. I was earning like, I don't know, in dollars, I suppose it's 700, $800 per month. So, and I can take this profit out every day. All the coins, I can sell them every day on the exchange. at any point. They're not locked or anything. They're not staked. They're not vested, right? So if I go to jog, I get the coins out. For me, the fact that I'm jogging anyway and I can get some coins that I can sell, and get some extra income. Currently, it's like $500, I think, that I get per month just by going outside and jogging for 1 hour and a half, let's say, right? So this is my average time of I sometimes in the month, like 4 to 5 times in the month, I use a different shoe with a different strategy, which I have maximized the luck attribute so that I get higher level mystery boxes with bigger rewards, right? And those are more expensive to unlock, right? But they get bigger rewards. So I might earn $40 from unlocking one box or something like that, worth of gems and scrolls and everything, right? What they contain inside. This is like basically one example, right? stepn is an example, successful, I would say, example, but not I mean, it has its flaws. It has some things that they need to take care of, but it did survive the bear market. So I'm still with the project. My money is still in there in these NFTs. I can sell the NFTs right now and get a profit. Like I get more than I invested, right? So even though like Bitcoin went down like for a couple of years, right, and now the market is recovering and it's going to go higher than the previous high. Like we can look at the charts here, right? Bitcoin is currently $66,000, right? So when I joined last year, it was like, let me check the charts here. Last year, it's loading. Come on, dude. All right, so maybe 2000, I don't know, let's go for 1 year, I think, right? So last year it was, between 25 and 30K, right? All this period, right? This was a correction period, right? And then the market started recovering. And now, if I go to all time, you can see all the chart for Bitcoin when it started, 2009, 2010, 2009, right? And you can see the previous high was 69, almost $70K, right? And whenever it has a new high, like here, it was $20K. It goes much higher, at least 100% higher. Historically, this has been the case with 5 or 6, I think, of these periods of bull run and bear market correction. And last time it was this, and now it's going to go over 70K. So if it goes over 70K, I will probably earn $1,000 per month that I can take out after every day, after every session, just by jogging, like really, really slowly jogging, not a fast jogging, just 4 to 10 kilometers or 4 to 8 kilometers per hour, and earn $1,000 or maybe even $2,000 or more just by jogging. And I jog anyway, right? So if I get paid, like people can make a living off of these types of applications. Like it's crazy. Like we live in a world where these applications can support us as a form of income with small time activities, small periods of activities where you just do what you're doing anyway with your life, right? So like climbing a mountain, I don't know, swimming. I mean, this is in the physical. But there are play to earn apps, like I said. Now, what we're doing with our project is different. It's because it's universal to create content or information, right? To write it, to publish it, and to distribute it, to share it to other people, right? And so it's universal, the fact that we need connections as human beings, even on the virtual side of ourselves. And we create information and we publish information and we distribute it. Now that everyone can join. That's not a niche, right? Like 3 billion users on Facebook. Like what the hell, man? So many users are publishing content, connecting to people, So that's where I think we have a very good idea of creating these what we call. Let me go to the. We have 2 main algorithms, which are, I'm going to go to the timeline, maybe here, timeline, okay? And they are called basically share to earn and like to give. And like in any social media application, you have a social media network, you have uh, the posts, right, which are in this case you can videos, images, whatever. And the two main features of this, under every post you can see these two buttons, right? This one is like to give, and this one is share to earn. This one is when you click it, you distribute value, you distribute some tokens to the author of this post. So it's like instant crowdfunding, right? Distribution of value, not of information. But when you click this one, you're distributing information, like knowledge or information content, basically, right? So when you're distributing content, you get paid because you're providing exposure, publicity, right? Advertising is dead in this network. We will never, users will never see an ad. We killed advertising forever in this type of network. And so whenever you click that button, you click it like this, you earn some value, some real tokens. A real transfer of tokens on the blockchain goes from the wallet of this user, from the boost budget, right, of tokens to your blockchain account, right, instantly, like 1 second, right? And this is a more universal approach of doing X2Earn, whatever is to earn, right? Because it can scale up to the whole world, right? Compared to other niches like stepn or even play to earn. Not everyone plays games, right? So even though the number of gamers is astonishingly high, but they are very, very diverse, into different genre. It's not like they are all playing one game. It's like 3 billion gamers, and also 3 billion social media users are active currently. So it more or less depends on the period of time. During the pandemic, when everyone was inside, we had basically everyone was sitting more inside and consuming these type of services like Netflix, YouTube, right? So I think you can see where this is going, right? This new Web3 application, generations of applications that, regarding value distribution. The thing is here that in this network, for example, that I'm currently developing, right, the backend for, because the front end is, as you can see, it's almost complete. It's basically complete. But in the backend, I still have some more work to do, and there are some interesting challenges, right? Like, for example, compared to Patreon, where you have, or other networks, or platforms where the users that create content get like 95% of all the income generated by their videos, or whatever it is, images, whatever, right? But mainly videos, because today video is king, as they say. So short form, long form video content creators get paid 95% of the revenue that comes from advertising, basically. So Web 2 runs on advertising, traditional Web 2 advertising, right? But it's starting to be saturated, and there's so many bots, and the conversion is so expensive that people are looking for alternatives, alternative media, alternative networks, alternative places or platforms where they can express themselves, connect to other people, right? And this is, I saw this trend, and I think you can confirm. What do you think about this? Like,
Yeah, I think it's true that whenever I find let's say an app that they'll say they reward you with something, or they'll promise you something, those ads when they say, oh, you're gonna win this phone, or you're gonna win that, or you're gonna win whatever if you're gonna put your
marketing
data.
strategies, yeah.
Yeah. And then after, I don't know, after a while, so someone is gonna call you from another advertising company, or various people are gonna call you from advertising companies trying to like get money from you or get information from you. That's just because you've completed that little box with your name and whatever information you gave them at that time, because you thought you're gonna win something. And we're being manipulated into thinking then that we can actually win stuff on the internet when it's not actually like that, because nothing is free in the world. So you just, I mean, if there would be something I could do, like like TikTok is, for example. At the
Yeah,
beginning, I don't think people made money on TikTok, or that it was so, popular or whatever.
yeah,
It became popular and people started to make money because they asked, like, people were asking to see their content. And so they were asking for time from their life. So that time meant money. So those people wanted to like rise you know, the the problem a bit further, and like started to like I don't know, sell products. For example, people who were cooking in videos, they started to sell cooking books,
hmm
eventually
hmm
to people who are watching them. And
the influencers. You're
yeah,
talking about influencer marketing, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So I was just saying that it's like a circle where um, we watch something we like and we reward it. Just like you said about Patreon, video content is rewarded 95%. I think that's really cool. I mean, 95%, it's a really high percentage to be rewarded. I don't even think TikTok is rewarding you 95%
No,
for,
TikTok and YouTube and others are maximum 50% or something like that, around
oh, that's
50%.
bad. That's real bad.
Yeah, I mean, you do all the work, right? And they get half of your work's value. Like, okay, all right, take half. All right. I mean, the thing here, like, let me explain like the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
on this network that I'm developing, Free Humans World, right? So in here, half of what you earn, it does not go to me, the developer, or the community, the team that creates and maintains the code for this application and keeps it running, right? And develops
Okay.
new features. It goes to all the users. So if you earn something in this network, half of it is always going to other users because it goes into your like to earn and share to earn balance. So using that balance, you can distribute some tokens through just liking content, and you can earn some tokens just by sharing content. So it goes, with one hand you take, with one hand you give. You don't keep all the value. I don't keep all the value. The network wins. So whenever there's a transaction in this network, like we saw the simulation, right? Web3. Let me go to the simulation here. So you saw this, right? Let's let it run for a couple of seconds. So you see the users are represented by those cells, right? Random numbers means random values, let's say tokens, the number of tokens they have. Whenever they have a line between them, a user selected another user to interact with. And it doesn't matter if it's a like or a share, value goes from one user to the other, and half of it remains in your balance to like to give and share to earn, right? So that means that you can take half of the value out of the network, right? But because you are part of the network, you as a regular user, by default, without creating content, without just distributing or liking, right? Without being a creator, right? You earn value. So without doing, all the crazy stuff that some people are really not it's not for everyone to be an influencer or, to be an expert in marketing, but everyone can like and share,
True.
correct? So that's the way that tokens and values circulate in this type of network, but half of it remains in circulation because let me show you, like it's not done here, but you can see the balances. Let's go to the profile, to the main profile, right? So into the main profile, you will see these balances, right? So this is probably where you will see how much you earned receiving likes for your content and how much you earned by sharing other people's content, right? And this is going to be your balances that you can spend in the network. Like to give means that you can give tokens away to others, and share to earn, this one, blue one, means that you can allocate some tokens to boost your post, right? To get some more exposure or publicity. So that's the way we get exposure. That's the way we earn value. So we covered all these parts of this type of network, right? And in this type of network, like none of the value goes to the developers, to me, right? Or to the team that develops this application. We are going to have to ask the community at a later stage after testnet, after mainnet launch, how do you think we should monetize, like get a little bit back so that we can reinvest it in the network, right? And the way we do that is we will have some microservices, some services built in, like markets. You go to markets, right? And in the market, you'll see all these NFTs here, right? And you can buy or sell NFTs, you can auction them. But what you can do, which is going to be an amazing feature, is you will be able to create an NFT just as easy as making a post, right? So, you know, a text can be an NFT, an image can be an NFT, a video can be an NFT, a script that is like a mini browser or app game, in-app game can be an NFT, right? And so you can publish this, and we can take a small fee from that, you know, 1 token from that, and 5% for every token sale whenever it's sold, right, to someone else. It gets passed on to someone else, right? Because someone creates it. So this is the thing. It's crazy because in most projects do their own NFTs and then they sell them to users. This is like 90% of all crypto projects. They create their NFTs and sell them to users. Here, the users create all the NFTs. So the first users are the most, they get the most benefits because they create the first wave of NFTs that everyone will buy. Like, it's not us, it's not the developers. Like, it's gonna be us too, but it's not just us. Like, it's free for users to create, right? If you are a user, you can create NFTs. And the tokens, you don't have to buy on the exchange, you get them for free on sign up. And if you are part of the initial distribution strategy, which will, you know, it will take maybe 20 to 30 days, right? And each day, each wave of distribution of tokens, we're going to distribute 6 to 10 billion tokens, maybe from the 12 billion tokens total supply, for free to everyone, just by creating an account with us, signing up. That's it. And you only give us the email, no passwords or nothing, because we're going to use a very, very advanced security system that I created using Shamir secret sharing, which we can talk about in another live stream. But
that's the coolest part.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Not with the system, but with the distribution of the tokens. I think that's the coolest part, because it's so easy to just sign up and just be one of the first people who have signed up to be able to receive some tokens. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
And also,
go ahead.
sorry, I was just saying that also I think, you know, about the sharing part when we were talking about earning for sharing, you know, on Facebook, how everyone asks you all the time, oh, hi, can you share this for me, you know, to support a page or something that they care about, and they ask you to share. Or maybe even if someone is injured or someone is lost or kidnapped or anything, they're going to share it on Facebook and say, hey, can you please share this for me? And I think that's a really good thing that people share for free. But you know how they always say, oh, please share this because it doesn't cost you anything. It's true, it doesn't cost you anything, but how about sharing something and you earning something from that exact post that you've shared? You know, it would be such an amazing difference to be able to jump from share this for free to share this to earn some money. You know, I mean, it's just such a big difference for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the thing that I saw. It's like there's a very big gap between all these platforms, like Zeely, for example. There's a platform called Zeely, which is, let me go to Zeely. This website is basically like gamified tasks, right? So you basically create campaigns on this website where people can, from your community or from your marketing strategy, can join, and you tell them, go to our website and subscribe, like this page on YouTube, share this, do a review here, do this task here, and they get experience points, and those points can, transform in other type of rewards, or even straight up fiat like euros or dollars, right? But we used this and we tried this, and it's very good, but it's very confusing for users then to migrate from this platform to any other platform that you want to take them to, because they are going to get used to this and you are developing something else. Meanwhile, it's going to be a little bit confusing, and it has its flaws. It doesn't detect duplicate accounts. People can create many accounts, right? So we solved this with AI by having a Face ID, 3D face map enrollment. And so for us, when we launch, let's say not necessarily testnet, but mainnet, we will have a face enrollment technology that basically analyzes your face, creates a 3D face map, and you are a unique user, a unique human being. If you want to create another account, you have to go through the same process. So the system, it's like a black box that will say, I don't have access to the faces, but it will say, no, you already have an account, it's this, so you cannot create a new one. So that means that on this network, there will never be fake accounts or bots, only human beings, that's it. And this is very, very important, because I think this is one of the problems that we have today. Like 50% of all traffic and things that happen online are bots, right? So, or even more, right? So there's so many scammers right now in Facebook and all these platforms, so many bots and scammers that they use with AI to talk to you and scam you, or even manually. They just may create a lot of fake accounts and then they scam people. Like so many fake accounts, like it's a disaster what's going on with Web2 social media right now. So yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, so I wanted to go a little bit here because, and we're gonna switch back to talking about the topic for this live stream, because I think it's very interesting where applications can go, but I see very little effort or initiatives that are serious, to create a decentralized application, a Web3 app, right? And so the thing is that they're missing is like, how do they distribute the tokens? Like most projects, they do what I call pizza tokenomics, right? So it's like tokenomic. Nobody knows what it means, tokenomics. It's a new term, so who the hell knows what economics means anyway, right? The economy, how it works, nobody, right? So this is even worse. Like you're presenting crypto in the mix of this, like what the hell is going on? Tokenomics, what is that, right? So when you start a project, you want to, you see all the hype, all the people, millionaires, multi-millionaires from crypto project, all the news, all that. Oh, I want to create a token too, right? So then you learn how to create a token, because nowadays it's simpler compared to a couple of years ago to create a token. But you go to something like this, you Google up and you see, let me see all the other projects, what they did. Like you look at all the pizza pies, what distribution strategy, and they have something like 50% funding team, liquidity, treasury, 12% marketing or 20% marketing. It's like they take a pizza and they split it into arbitrary number of pieces, right? And they say this one goes to this department, this one goes to, and it never works out. It's just like a colorful illustration of saying, oh, look at this strategy, look at the way we manage our funds from our investors. Like, are you serious? Like, what are you doing here? Let me just break this down a little bit. So what happens is, whenever you do this, you have no idea what you're doing, right? So it's like you haven't spent even like 1 hour to actually research and look up or read a book or something. What is tokenomics? What is sustainable tokenomics? That's an even better question. Like, how do you make a project based on a cryptocurrency or a token or something, blockchain, right? Or even AI, right? But we're talking about blockchain right now, crypto. How do you make that project sustainable? How do you make sure that investors don't lose money, right? Nobody knows. They're just copying everyone else. And this is an argument to the point that it's not necessarily that everyone is a scammer. It's just that they don't know what they're doing. They're not it's a pioneering space. Everything is so new, the technology. They're just copying other people and failing like all the others before them, right? Because what they see is like they see the news. Oh, these guys became multimillionaires. Like we have in Romania as well, right? Elrond, right? So they made a lot of people rich, and they won't stop talking about it. But they made a lot of people lose a lot of money. They're not talking about that. So everyone that is doing this sort of like distribution to the team, to the core team, to the creating whales, like what they're actually doing, most of them, not this one, for example, but let's take a more common one, like whatever, this one. Look, this is a nightmare. Look at this one. So this one is like company 30%, public token sale, and operators and ecosystem. Okay, so basically what they're saying is they're keeping 65% of the total supply, and they're giving it to either internal or private sale, right? So creating whales. So what it means to create a whale in a crypto token or coin, it means that one or a few people, a couple of people or entities own high percentages of the total supply. So it doesn't matter if it's an internal distribution or an external distribution to investors. You're creating whales, big wallets, big fat wallets, where people are receiving a lot of high percentage of the total supply. And even though the strategy, the most common strategy is like vesting or staking, as it's called in crypto, whenever that contract expires, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years of vesting or staking, they are going to unlock the tokens after that period and start selling it on the exchange, right? And there's going to be a race because all of them will unlock basically almost at the same time. And it's going to be a race to who gets some of the value of the liquidity in the market, and the price is going to crash and the project is screwed. So that's self-sabotage. So that's like, even though you didn't have the intention to scam people, because you don't know what you're doing with tokenomics, you are scamming people indirectly. You are screwing yourself. You are sabotaging the project. So you have to really, really study this because you cannot go into a space with no data, no science like this. When you're pioneering, we don't have a lot of knowledge. We don't have a lot of good examples. There's no beaten path. There's no, this is how you do it. It's a tested business model. We've been doing this for 100 years. No, it's not like, create a restaurant because people need food. No, it's not like that. It's very, very hard to create something of value in this space and keep it sustainable. So you have to research what tokenomics is. Like tokenomics, let me give you my point of view. Tokenomics for me is a way to make sure that a lot of people have a stake in a project, right? If there's an idea and instead of going to the traditional funding, alternatives or options, you go to the crypto, to the token use case, to fund. Basically, that's the first utility of cryptocurrency, to fund the project. It's like whenever a company goes public, for example, and they sell stocks or shares in the company, right? That's the same thing with crypto. It's just that it's a new system and it's not that regulated yet. It's regulated, but not everywhere. It's still a little gray area, right? But it's just another way for people to fund projects, ideas. Whenever people invest, if it's one guy or a million persons investing in a project or an idea, there's always a risk that the project might not eventually be executed correctly, or something will happen. There's always a risk with investment, so you have to manage that risk and only invest what you can afford to lose, basically, right? So we really have to look at this in a scientific approach. So what I did is, like, if you go to these simulations that I did, because I couldn't find any tools that would allow me to basically see the movement of value over time. Like, how does it behave, right? Does it go to maybe, let me show you what happens currently with Web2, with Facebook, Twitter, all the internet is currently mostly Web2. It's like traditional advertising runs everything, right? So whether you have an app or a website, the go-to business model for everyone that knows, that works, and it's tested. It just offers some of that space in your app or website for people to advertise, right? So you have users, you have visitors. Let's get some advertising going and get revenue from that. That's not going to last forever. It has to change because there's a problem with bots clicking on the ads, no matter what the network, what the website is. If it's Facebook or just a small time blog that gets like 100 visitors per month, it doesn't matter. So let me reset this. Facebook, let's take 4 examples of social media platforms, right? And we're gonna do something like, let's do something crazy here. Start. Okay. So what you're gonna see here is like those red circles are four social media platforms, top 4. Okay, Facebook and all the others. And whenever you see a random circle, small white circle appearing on the screen, you can see that as a new user joining the network, either as an advertiser or as a regular user. Doesn't really matter because actually the value is from the regular users. If a network doesn't have regular users, nobody would be advertising there. So that's the value, the users, not the advertisers. So regular users or advertisers join with their value in there. And you see Facebook eating up everything. They're taking some of their budget slowly from the campaign, or they're taking their money through, other people that are advertising. Indirectly, they're taking their cut, right? So today, because Facebook, Twitter, all the social media apps, all the websites are saturated, all the big ones, it's very expensive to advertise with them. And most of the clicks are like more than 50%, I think they're bots. So you're losing half of your budget when you create a campaign to bots, not to real human beings. That's a big problem. It's a huge problem. This is where that AI feature comes in, and making sure that every user, absolutely every user, is a real human being, a unique human being, right? Not one human being with 10 accounts. One human being with 1 account. That's it. So that's crucial to have an honest and authentic platform where users can express and earn value, right? So this is the difference between good tokenomics, like we saw in here. This is bad tokenomics, right? And good tokenomics would look something like, not like this. This is again bad economy, bad business model, because as you can see, if today they're losing, they lost over 50% of revenue from web to advertising. So what will have to change, and it will happen whether I create this social network or someone else will with this business model, it will happen something like this, right? Everyone freely exchanges value and exposure at the same time, right? So if you want exposure, you use the tokens to get some exposure, followers or clients. If you want value, crowdfunding value, you just create content. It can be a joke, it can be a picture of your day, of your meal. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to be a professional video content creator in this type of network. Everyone can get some likes for it. Like charity will go really well in this network, and also any influencers or digital creators will have a blast in this network, because the value transfer is immediate. It's not at the end of the month, let's see if your traffic is legit, your content is legit, we're going to give you 50% of what we earned. And you don't really know if it's 50%, it's what they say, right? But in this network, all the value is immediately, it's transparent, the transactions are on the blockchain, and it's immediately available. Like when you go to a post, let's say, go to the main timeline, right? And you let's say this is your post right here, right? This video. And whenever someone clicks, gratitude, I added 1.85 gratitude token to the account of this user just by clicking like. That's simple, right? So it changes the game, it changes everything, right? So yeah, I think that's the future we're heading towards. And the sad part is this: I'm not seeing anyone else doing this. Like, I wish that someone would do this network like I'm trying to do it. I wish that someone would basically, become either a collaborator, because, by the way, it's open source. Everything that we're doing is protected under the GPL 3.0 license. So it's a little bit protected. It's not like MIT where everyone can take it and make it their own and rename it and say we did it. MIT allows you to do that. You can do anything. GPL says, okay, use this software, but give credit to the source and keep the license, keep it free. So keep it going, pass it on, right? A little bit of protection for the technology so that we can maintain access to the technology, but also credit to the source, right? To the source of the everything. And so this is I think this is the way to do it. This is the way to make sure that if we launch it and it will be 100% decentralized, this is the aim, this is the mission, the goal, to create a decentralized application, 100% decentralized, then nobody will be able to stop this network or this type of solution that allows us to have an interface that is autonomous. So that we don't have to pay Facebook, Twitter, or any other network so much with our personal data, with our privacy, with all the money that we spend on things that are advertised on their network. Like, you don't need ads to promote yourself. You don't need ads to sell anything. You're going to have a market here, not just for NFTs. You're going to have a market for regular stuff. You can buy or sell cars, real estate, electronics, products, services. You will be able to buy and sell these kind of things with the token, and the token is gratitude token. That's the first token, the main token that will be used in this network. And eventually you will be able to swap it for dollars, euros, or whatever, right? We can build a swapping mechanism directly in the app, or we can list the token on a decentralized exchange so people will be able to buy and sell. So it will be a free market, buy and sell, supply and demand for the token, depending on all these different use cases that we are creating in this network, right? And it's very, very gamified. You will see you have items here in your inventory. You go to the profile, you will see your level here. You'll see title, all the good stuff, right? I'm working on it, currently developing, making the backend work for the testnet. So
That's
I
so
think.
cool.
Thank you. So yeah, I invite everyone that is watching, and this is I think the episode 7 of live stream.
Yeah, and I think the part with the NFT, the fact that you can create your own NFT, that's so cool. That joy that a child has when you go to a restaurant and then they say you can make your own pizza. Imagine what a
Do it yourself, yeah.
what a reaction a child would have. That's the same reaction that I had as an as an artist when I saw the fact that I can make my own NFTs.
Yeah,
It was like an epiphany. It was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I mean, I'm gonna use this a lot
totally,
for
totally.
sure.
Yeah, and you can sign up already. We have 211 humans, right? Hopefully not duplicates, but we will see. For sure, when they start signing up with the face enrollment, we will know for sure. So you cannot trick the system. But here is where you go to sign up to the waiting list. There's a form here. You can watch the front end. You can click this link and investigate the front end that is currently developed. You can watch this video, check out the light paper, and this is the form with 38 questions that are essential for us to understand from the beginning, from day one, what people, early adopters, like about social media and what they don't like about it. What would they like to see developed, new features, new business models, new things. So these questions are there to answer this, right? So if you answer it, it's like a 5-minute. It's not you can call it a survey if you want, but it's essential for us to take this, and then you are joining you submit and you join the waiting list, right? So we already have this number of emails of people signing up, but it will be when we launch testnet, you get an email and you will be able to make an account, right? So the first 24 days are the most important for testnet and mainnet because we have the initial distribution of tokens going on, right? These numbers might change a little bit, but essentially the first users, get more tokens than the users that come after them, because the reward gets halved. So it gets split into half with each new wave, right? So we distribute at the end, this is the initial strategy. We want to get 1.67 billion users in 24 days. It's a crazy strategy, but because of the AI that we use, and because you cannot trick the system, and you have to invite 2 other people to get the reward, and you cannot trick the system, I think we are optimistic about these numbers, but we will maybe we will adjust them to be less. And this is the amount of tokens that we distribute from the 12 billion, right? And this is the strategy. This is what we're trying to. And what I want to underline here is very important. It's one thing. It's that it doesn't matter if you are first or last here, because if you are first, you have more to give to others. That's it. It's not for you to sell on the exchange. It's like to give and share to earn balance. That's where you get right. So you
because
have
it's
to
not about greed.
Yeah, it's not about greed. It's about being grateful. That's why we called the token, the main currency used in this network, gratitude token. It's because with one part of the coins that you get, this high number of coins that you get initially in the initial distribution, you can share to others, right, by liking their content. And with with the other, you can get exposure, and they also get tokens for that from the other half. So it's very important that we have this first distribution, and when they do like other content and share other content, the token starts circulating, right? Like you saw in the simulation, like this, right? And so everyone eventually gets some of that pie, but it's a big, huge fucking pie. It's like uniform distribution. Like that's what real tokenomics is: uniform distribution across a high number of users. If you can do that, then that's a very powerful network effect right there, right? So all those users having even 1 or 5 or 10 tokens, if you have 1 billion users with a few tokens, that's a powerful network. That's a powerful project. It's a successful project. And we don't get, this is the crazy thing that people don't understand. You don't save at least 20% for the team? No, we don't keep anything. We distribute 99% of it or 100% if we can to the users. That's the strategy. Now, these can be adjusted a little bit, but that's the point here. We need to distribute most of the tokens uniformly so that we don't create whales, right, that start selling and affecting the price. That's the first measure. If you don't do this, your project is not going to work. That's my opinion. If anyone can convince me otherwise, write it in the comments. Go ahead and tell me if you think this is not gonna work. If you have any other takes on this.
By the way, is it so? It's freehumans.world.
Yeah, this is the domain where the mainnet will be launched.
If you can go
maybe
back to
the
that
testnet
page.
too. Yeah, the testnet. It's
so freehumans.world, because when I first searched for it on Google, I only typed free humans world and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's not listed. It's not indexed yet. So it's right. Not many people know about it yet. We don't want to be successful in day one. We want to take our time.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to point this out, because it's not as easy to.
Yeah, so it's early adopter phase. It's still in development. We're just being very, very transparent about the process, how we're building it, talking about it, talking with the community. We need everyone to, just give their opinion on this. Like, what do you think about it? Do you have any other ideas to improve the process? If you are a programmer or developer, you can contribute. It's open source. So I want to invite people to join this waiting list and contact us. You can, by the way, I think we should put the email here, right? So this is an opportunity for me to, I don't know. It's you can write to us at hello@freehumans.world. So if you want to send an email, or go to, there's the original website, the homepage of where it all started 2 years ago, and go to the bottom here, and you will see a lot of links here, like Telegram, Discord, a lot of links. But
Okay,
yeah,
that's very good to know.
this is the thing here. And coming back and closing in 5 minutes, we have 5 minutes to discuss like where it's all going with this. I think like every asset that we know today that is valuable to human beings, it doesn't matter if it's a currency or a physical asset, real estate, cars, other tokens or bonds or gold or whatever it is. Most of these, like the physical ones and the currencies, they already have representations in the digital, right? The digital side of things. So 98% of all fiat currencies, all global currencies worldwide are numbers in a centralized database. 2% are cash in circulation. That's it. So money is already digital. It has been digital for quite a long time.
A long time.
And
we just didn't know it.
And the technology for the current banking system, fiat money, right, as it's called, it's based on software and architecture and software that is 40 years old. Swift, BIC, all those money transfer and store protocols, which are old. Nobody can fix them or save them. They're gonna have to switch at some point. If they don't switch fast enough, unfortunately, it's gonna be like, people that will use banks in 5 years or 10 years will be like using a horse and carriage to travel instead of a car, right? So that's the analogy here. Like everyone uses a car to travel, right? It's faster, it's better, it's more comfy, right?
Yeah.
It works on the weekends, right? The car it works on the weekends. There's no huge fees. It's global, not restricted to any country or whatever. You don't have to have an ID card, or it's crazy. Like today,
good comparison.
Yeah, today people like Gen Z or younger, they don't have the patience to go and make a bank account or a company, or they all want to do it in the digital side, right? So the users that are now your generation, 26 or younger, will be deciding in 5 or 10 years where their money goes to. And it's not going to go to Web2 apps. It's not going to go to banking, classical banking. It's going to go to these new generation of applications that are safer. They give them more ownership, more value to their content, to their currencies, to their assets. So autonomy,
autonomy,
safer value store.
Individualism. That's what this society, that's what today is all about. That's what the present is all about.
But today is like surveillance capitalism, right?
Yeah.
So it's like crazy. Like they're spying on us, like under the pretext of making advertising better. That's so silly. Like no. That's not the reason why they're spying on us. Like they can get a lot of data without spying, like listening to the microphone constantly, right? Constantly.
Well, there's targeted advertising for sure as well, in a big percentage.
I mean, targeted advertising is just like a fancy word of saying like, oh, here are some buttons to press to have the illusion of control over your campaign, right? Oh yeah, look at all those keywords and buttons. I can choose everything, right? I mean, it's enough to select an area, language, age range. It's enough. And one main topic, one main thing, like TikTok, for example, right? It's the cheapest to advertise right now. It's like 1 cent to get a follower or something like that. And TikTok, Instagram, it's like simple to create a boost for a post, right? You just select this, quickly
right.
Select these criteria and boost it, right? It's simple. No, let's create a complex campaign. It's good for some things. It's really the illusion of control, in my opinion, because ultimately it's not you who decides to which users your ads, your content will be shown. It's Facebook. Especially for advertising. It's like they decide, okay, so there are, 100 people fighting for the keyword smartphones, let's say, right? Creating content and reviews about smartphones and whatever, manufacturers, right? And so they're fighting to get some ad exposure to their content about smartphones, right? And so they have to fight, and the ones that pay the highest bid, the highest amount of money per, click or view, whatever, get the best audience, the best people that will probably buy, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, sign up, right? But me as a small-time advertiser, I get the worst. I get screwed, right? So it's not good for it's an elite advertising platform. It's like you have to have a lot of money to get, and it's not worth it anymore. It's oversaturated, right?
Yeah, because and they want you to fit in a very controlled environment. I mean, they want you to fit in a society that is actually a controlled environment.
Yeah, Twitter, at least, I love Elon Musk. Elon Musk, I really like what you're doing, man. But I mean, come on, I had higher expectations from the I had the expectation that they will use some blockchain at least, right? So implement blockchain and decentralize more of the business model, the infrastructure. Maybe they're going with it in parallel, and we don't know until they are ready. Who knows? I mean, it's now Twitter. Come on, man. I don't have a lot of followers on Twitter, but I'm not that active on Twitter. But it's the place to be for blockchain and AI. I hear. Twitter is for me one of the, let's say, the smallest evils, I guess. Right? So yeah, I think that's a we covered some important things for the topic for this episode, and next time I'm gonna have Martin here, which is basically an expert on EOS chains, and it's the chains that I like, EOS chains. I'm with XPR network, so we're gonna go in depth into EOS chains. That's EOS, EOS, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's EOS chains,
I'm looking
right?
forward to see that.
All right, so I think that's it for today, guys. Until next time. Cheers.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye. Next time.